And once again, I want to say greetings to each and every one of you. Aquaba. Welcome. Welcome to another round of the Conscious Rasta Report here on LIB Radio, LIB TV, and livinginblack.com. My name is Kedia Wadu, aka the Conscious Rasta. Weekday mornings, you and I get together live. We come at you from 9 a.m. Pacific time. That's 12 noon Eastern Time, 5 p.m. GMT, and 8 p.m. East Africa Time. We get together with you and we deal with culture, consciousness, historical perspectives, entertainment, economics, education, health, labor, law, politics, religion, family, conflict, future studies, all areas of human interactivity and development. Today's date is Monday, the 17th of November, the year 2025 in the Gregorian Western calendar. This corresponds to the year 6266 in the Kemetic calendar, to which we have realigned our cultural clock. Welcome to the 7th millennium. You have found your family in a peaceful place here on LIB Radio, here on LIB TV, here on livinginblack.com. Let me tell you what we have on store for you. I hope you do stick around. I hope you find it to be very interesting, fascinating, compelling to be with us today. On your favorite, we aim to be your favorite. We are LIB Radio, LIB TV, livinginblack.com. Here's what is on the table for today's discussion. It is connecting sleep to every measure of health. Every measure of health. Welcome to the Conscious Rasta Report. Today, we explore the science and practice of better sleep. Quality sleep isn't a luxury. It's essential for physical health, mental clarity, and emotional resilience. Through expert opinions and evidence-based strategies, today, we will uncover how simple sleep hygiene practices can transform your nights and revolutionize your days. Join us as we discuss why prioritizing sleep is one of the most powerful investments that you will ever make in yourself. Prioritizing sleep. Now, when I was younger, and I assume it's pretty much the same for everybody, there was so much excitement in the world, so much to catch up on, so much I didn't want to miss out on, that sleep was deprioritized. Well, I sure don't make that mistake anymore. And personally, I think compared to others who I observe, I think I did better in my younger years to keep that sleep a priority. I never was into the clubbing life. Alcohol was, to me, a huge turnoff. I quit drinking, and really, other than, having to play music in that environment, I never did really hang out in that environment. So staying up late, clubbing, and all of that stuff, not for the kid. And today, at age 70, I feel I am absolutely, positively the beneficiary of what we're going to share with you, our listening audience today. So to our listening audience, we say greetings to each and every one of you. Aquaba, you have found your family in a peaceful place here on LIB Radio, LIB TV, livinginblack.com. If you can, please, at the beginning of the program, hit the like button, drop a note in the message board, say greetings to our global family, and let us have the joy of welcoming you to the program today. So that is what is on our agenda. Let's get right into this research. First, I'm going to start off, as I have been lately, start off with a short video from YouTube to kind of tune you in and let you know what is on the topic. This video is entitled 5 Simple Tips for a Good Night's Sleep. I'm going to go ahead and copy this up for our Rumble family. And I do see checking in right away, my beloved sister, joining us from UK for Africa One, Aquaba, Hotep, Brother Kidi, and Global LIB family. And the Global LIB family says to you, Sister Hetep, you have found your family in a peaceful place, in a wonderful, peaceful place. So here's the video. I have it up on the screen. Let's go ahead, hit the start button on this video, and let's share 5 simple
I
steps
can't
for
sleep.
getting a good
I've
night's
been
sleep.
lying here tossing and turning, but I just can't sleep. You know, I probably can't sleep because of what I did today. So hey, don't repeat my mistakes. I'm gonna give you 5 things you can do today, throughout the day, to improve your sleep. Hi, I'm Faith from Sleep Foundation. First, let's talk about sunshine. You might not think the sun is helpful for sleep, but our bodies are governed by an internal clock called our circadian rhythm, and that clock is triggered by the sun. So step outside, get the daylight on your face. Being exposed to the right amount of daylight can help normalize your circadian rhythm, which can lead to better sleep. Even opening windows and blinds can be enough to align your body to the natural rhythms of the earth. If you live in a place where daylight can be tough to come by, the Pacific Northwest, you can also use a light therapy box to overcome the lack of natural daylight. Next, be careful with naps. We are big fans of naps at Sleep Foundation, but dozing too long during the day can actually make it harder to fall asleep at night. Make sure to set an alarm and limit your nap time to no more than 30 minutes in length. Also, make sure you nap earlier in the day, preferably right at the halfway point between when you wake up and when you go to bed. Next, limit caffeine consumption to just the morning time. Caffeine it takes a while for your body to fully process and eliminate the effects of any caffeine you consume during the day. Therefore, in order to prevent caffeine from being a factor in your sleeplessness, we recommend cutting off all caffeine at least 12 hours before you plan on going to sleep. Of course, if caffeine is easy to reach for in the morning, it can also be easy to reach for something to slow you down in the evening. And hey, in moderation, these indulgences can be super fun and make you feel very sleepy. However, in excess, they can actually make your sleep worse. If you've been drinking, your body has to put in the work to metabolize the sugars and reduce your blood alcohol level, which means there is a less chance for deep, restorative sleep. So while drugs and alcohol may make it seem like you're falling asleep faster, they can disrupt your sleep during the night. Finally, one of the best things you can do to help your sleep is to wake up and fall asleep at the same time each day. Our bodies are creatures of habit and routine, and when we have consistent schedules of going to bed, we build the mental muscle memory, and our bodies know when to start preparing for sleep. And if you've gotten enough sunlight during the day, that will also help this process of winding down in the evening. Remember, sleep is a holistic process that is the result of everything we do during the night and during the day. By making small adjustments to our behaviors throughout the day, we can set ourselves up to have a great night of sleep so we can be our best the next day. Thanks for watching. Sleep well, everyone.
All right. Well, thank you for tuning in. And yes, we wish you good sleep. That was pretty good. That was again entitled, I have that title right here on my desktop, 5 Simple Tips for Getting a Good Night's Sleep. If you're looking for that video, you can find it on the Rumble page, and you can find it on our YouTube, as well as you can go to my Facebook page and see that one as well. So let's go into this research today. Now, she talked about 5 techniques for getting a good night's sleep. And those were all well and good. I'm going to be sharing another, I think I pulled up 15 things that we can use to contribute to this. And the 5 that she did mention in her podcast, they are not overlapped. And so I really do appreciate what she did. First of all, you and I have to understand fundamentally how sleep hygiene connects to our overall holistic health. So I asked AI search, give me 15 different areas of our life that good sleep hygiene connects with and improves. Number 1, our immune system function. Obviously, quality sleep strengthens the immune system, helping to fight infections and diseases more effectively. but it also serves as a counterbalance to chronic inflammation. Now, chronic inflammation, as you know very well, listening to LIB radio the way you do, is definitely the basis, the source of nearly all autoimmune disorders and diseases. And when we talk about autoimmune disorders and diseases here on LIB radio, we have mentioned as many as 70 different autoimmune diseases, from allergies and asthmas to sarcoidosis to lupus to multiple sclerosis. 70 autoimmune disorders that are directly connected to chronic inflammation. So in using proper sleep, we have an environment where autophagy can work for our benefit. That's getting rid of old senescent cells that don't replicate themselves very well. But it's also a very good system, or a very good means of rebooting one's immune system. Point 2, mental health. Proper sleep reduces the risk of depression, anxiety, mood disorders, and even things like bipolar syndrome, while improving emotional regulation. So mental health, it's a very stressful time. A very stressful time. I know one of the things that interrupts my sleep at night is the stress of my finances. And I know I'm not the only one going through this type of mental stress over how am I going to survive tomorrow. But pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and get your sleep in, because getting inadequate sleep does nothing to contribute to solving that problem. So it's kind of a catch-22. I can't sleep because of my money. I'm not making enough money, partially because I'm thrown off balance by the mental disorders. Well, quality sleep is a part of your mental health. So, if you're having a hard time, just get your sleep in a little bit earlier. Go to bed a little bit earlier. Maybe your thoughts, your imagination during your sleep, or during the period when you wake up and you're rested, will help you to solve those long-term problems that are causing you stress. Also, the last point I want to make is we've done a lot of research, a lot of study around here recently on cancer, and we talked about among the carcinogenic chemicals, pharmaceuticals that we're putting in our body are definitely included a lot of psychiatric drugs. And doctors are prescribing psychiatric drugs like they are candy. And it's not working out very well, is it? So please consider getting those psychiatric, psychotropic drugs out of your life. Point 3, cardiovascular health. Good sleep lowers your blood pressure and reduces the risk of heart disease and stroke. Good sleep is relative to the lining of your blood vessels, your endothelial lining, etc. Good sleep is all about the stem cell promotion. Good sleep is everything. So cardiovascular health is definitely going to be the beneficiary of not just your good sleep, but things like your exercise, the other patterns of your life that you keep in check. Physical activity, definitely. Point 4, metabolic health. We've talked a lot here on LIB Radio about metabolic disease. Well, good sleep habits affect your insulin sensitivity, therefore helping you to better regulate your blood sugars and reduces the risk of diabetes, prediabetes, hyperglycemia, metabolic health. And metabolic health is about so much more than that. It's about abdominal obesity, overweight. Metabolic health is about your hypertension, high blood pressure, your triglyceride levels, your cholesterol balance. Metabolic health affects your kidneys. It's everything. So you can add to the benefits, great benefits of all of your metabolic systems by getting the right sleep. Number 5, weight management. That's part of that metabolism. Adequate sleep regulates hunger hormones, ghrelin and leptin, and helping to prevent obesity and overeating. The ghrelin regulates how much you eat before you're satisfied, and the leptin regulates your it's an internal signaling molecule that's telling you that you've eaten enough, you've had enough. And it can override your brain signals for the better or for the worse. Number 6 on our list, cognitive function. Sleep consolidates your memories, enhances learning, and improves concentration and decision making. All very, very important. As we mature, we do want to go into our golden years, our senior years, with our mental faculties completely intact, 100% intact. Well, you know that on those nights that you do not sleep well, you know what your brain condition is like when you do wake up. You're in a fog. Well, let's get rid of that fog in a not just temporary, but in a holistic manner. Get your sleep in and keep it. Get your sleep habits set and keep them. Work your other schedule around your sleep. If you have to, you need to. Sleep is so very important. We're up to number 7, hormonal balance. Sleep regulates hormone cortisol and reproductive hormones, essential for bodily function. The hormonal balance is also connected to your cognitive function. It's connected to your metabolic system. Your hormonal balance is really everything. Your main internal signaling systems are the hormone system and the nervous system. So we're going to get our hormones all aligned by getting good sleep. We're up to number 8, physical performance. Quality rest improves athletic performance, reaction time, and muscle recovery. All very, very important. You got to get your athletic performance in. And it's not just being an athlete, but it's about being physically active all day. Reaction time. For many senior citizens, reaction time becomes very important because it's said that once a person reaches the age of 70 or above, a simple fall that we could easily absorb and respond to when we're younger can become a life-altering pathway. So quite simply, I need my reaction time to be the absolute highest, my reaction time to be the fastest, I might say, that I could ever manage. Therefore, I'm going to get in my sleep. Next, we talked about physical performance, inflammation levels. We mentioned this a little bit earlier. Good sleep reduces chronic inflammation linked to various diseases and aging. Not just various diseases, linked to in the book 100 plus lifespan. Was that the one? I did mention over 106 or 160. It was like that. It wasn't in that book. It was one of my books. I did mention over 106 ways that chronic inflammation impacts our lives. So we got to get rid of it. That's in 100 plus lifespan. That's directly related to your longevity. So minimize your inflammation levels and live longer. That's it. Number 10, pain management. Proper sleep lowers pain sensitivity and helps manage chronic pain conditions. And that is true. I know when I'm not getting proper sleep, I can have problems with my lower back. I can have issues with a stiff neck. Right now, my stiff neck is not bothering me, but a week or 2 or 3 ago, it was. But the last week, I've been getting good sleep and good habits just before I go to bed, and the chronic neck pain is going away. I think I got the chronic neck pain from doing so many push-ups. And I've scaled back just a little bit on the push-ups. No, I didn't. I scaled forward. Actually, I'm doing between 700 and 800 push-ups a day now in 3 sets. That's pretty good. But the pain is gone. And so whatever I am doing is on the right track. So we do encourage you to do the best you can. I do see in the YouTube family, Sandra, my sister, has just joined me. She writes, that is what is one of my concerns. Falling. Just had bone density test and need to increase calcium. And we definitely do want to do that, and do so, please do so naturally, and avoid calcium supplements, because there are other problems with calcium supplements. Maybe I'll go through and do another program just on bone density, osteoporosis, and these other things that do affect those of us who have gotten a little older. Thanks for that prompt, Sandra. And welcome to the conversation today. You have found your family in a peaceful place of learning. And that's what we are on to today. We are learning, talking about sleep hygiene and the many, many, many benefits we add to our life when engaging in such. Going forward, next up on our list, we got through number 10 was pain management. Number 11, digestive health. Sleep affects your gut microbiome and health and digestive system function. So your microbiome is definitely connected to your internal signaling system, your hormones. It's connected to the creation of the feel-good hormone, serotonin, your dopamine level. It's a serious part of your extension of your neurological system. It's all, your microbiome is so important. It's been often, maybe you've heard it said, good health begins in the gut. Well, there's a lot of truth to that statement, that idea, that concept. And take a probiotic. You don't have to take it all the time. You take a probiotic for 2, 3, 4 days in a week, and you won't need to take it again for another month, as long as you are eating the healthiest diet for your microbiome, and as long as you are not taking antibiotics. If you're taking antibiotics, or if you're not eating the healthiest diet, then you do want to supplement more definitively with the probiotic. Bear with me, I got something in my eye. It'll go out in a second. So, keeping going. Number 12, longevity. That's one of my favorite words. It's a word you hear us say on LIV radio nearly every day. Longevity. You do want not just to live longer years, but you want those extra years to be high quality. People talk about, oh, I don't want to be old and decrepit and all that. And don't nobody want to be old and decrepit. I don't even want to be young and decrepit. But when we're talking about longevity and life extension, we talk about healthy lifespan. I teach how to extend your lifespan by 30 years. But realistically, no one, I'm not even going to ask the question, no one wants to live 30 extra years on pharmaceutical drugs, hooked up to machines, expensive outlet for pharmaceutical companies to dump their stuff into the public. No, you want to live 30 quality years. You want your eyesight to be retained. You want your teeth to be retained. You want all of the aspects of the quality life that you had when you were in your 30s, your 40s, your 50s. So longevity is a good thing. Consistent sleep patterns are associated with increased lifespan and reduced mortality risk. All causes of mortality reduce the risk from good quality sleep. We're up to number 13, stress response. Adequate sleep improves stress resilience and cortisol regulation. Cortisol is considered to be one of the key measures of the high levels of stress inside the body. There are cortisol, there's adrenaline. Our adrenal glands are related to the stress that we're undergoing. And there are other hormonal markers. C-reactive protein is another one that we're looking at. But we do know that good, high quality sleep reduces these markers within our body. And that's going to be a good thing. Number 14, cellular repair. Sleep enables essential cellular maintenance, DNA repair, and toxin clearance from the brain. And it also helps, that's when our collagen is activated. And the collagen gets right to work while we're sleeping. Our body is repairing all of its systems. It prioritizes the systems that are the most greatly stressed. So sleep is essential for the healing. And number 15, accident prevention. Well-rested individuals have better alertness, reducing risk of accidents and injuries, especially from a fall. So therefore, it is essential that as we mature, because we know that fall can be that life-changing pathway, we're going to make sure that we do not engage in auto accidents. We don't want to have any accidents at all. I remember it was about 3 years ago, I was racing to get to the store, and it was raining out, and I was also racing to get to the store and back, and I was on my bicycle before the rain hit, and I went around a corner too fast for the wet road conditions, and boom, I had a very bad accident. It bruised my ribs. Oh, the ribs hurt so bad. I thought at first they were broken. I laid there in the street for a minute. But that was because I was rushing around. I am no longer in that much of a hurry for anything. We have to tune back, stay conscious, stay focused and aware, because it took my body, I'm a good fast recoverer, but it took me about 3 months. It messed up my knee, my ribs were severely bruised, and just beat up. It took a few months for me to recover from that brief accident. So I'm not going to go out like that. To the very best of my abilities, I'm very cautious, and I encourage everyone else out there to remain hyper cautious and do your best to do your best. So that was 15 functions according to one search engine for keeping ourselves healthy. And under immune system, quality sleep strengthens the immune system, helping fighting infections and diseases more effectively, serves as a counterbalance to chronic inflammation. Chronic inflammation is definitely a huge problem. So that is the first part of our study today. And I see everybody in the house. Sandra says, thanks for that quality advice about the calcium supplements. Yeah, do so naturally. You're going to easily find the best foods for building up your natural calcium levels. I'm very happy to be growing greens in my garden. So right now I'm getting a very good harvest of kale and a super harvest of Swiss chard. And so I'm loving it, loving it, loving it, eating those fresh organic garden vegetables as much as possible. We're going forward. We're talking about sleep hygiene today. I asked of another search engine. This time I used Ecosia.ai. The first time I used Brave. I asked sleep hygiene, what are the practices and habits that contribute, promote, and the best lifestyle habits, overall health. And it gave me a different set of focuses. Number one, these are the things that you and I do, the practices we do that are going to put this good sleep hygiene into place. Number one on the list, there's create a right sleep environment. A comfortable, dark, and quiet sleeping environment will enhance sleep quality. Now, what does that mean? Well, for me, that means in no small part, I like it cold, or not cold, but cooler in the environment where I sleep. I sleep at about 65 degrees is ideal for me. So I will make sure it's about that temperature. It's a little cooler than that right now, but I have no problem going with a cooler environments for sleep because my body has a tendency to be kind of hot under the covers. So create the right sleep environment. Make sure there's no extraneous noise coming in. You don't want lights affecting you. We'll talk about that a little bit more. But create the right sleep environment. Number 2 on the list, consistent sleep schedule. Going to bed and waking up at the same time every day helps regulate the body's internal clock. Now, I will say that my need for sleep is about 6 hours every day. But I go for a minimum of 7 hours a day, which means for me that I am spending time either in going into sleep or coming out of sleep, spending time there wondering, worrying, I might say, about what I'm going to do with the rest of the day and how I'm going to make more money. That's the only thing I worry about nowadays, is make more money. Everything else, I think I'm pretty cool. But you have to have that consistent sleep schedule. So for me, that means I'm getting up every morning at 6, starting my exercise day. So that means I have to get to sleep at 11 p.m. to get my 7 hours in. Now I know I can get by on 6 hours. So therefore, if I happen to be going to bed at midnight, I don't necessarily worry, except for getting up in the middle of night. And we try and minimize that as well. Number 3, limiting your screen time. Ooh, yeah, there's got a whole bunch of us there. But we're liberating ourselves from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our minds, so sang the great Robert Nesta Marley, prophet for our time. And it's very, very true. We're going to have to disconnect ourselves from the matrix, mind control matrix that's out here, and it's getting harder. But limit your screen time. Reducing exposure to screens before bedtime can minimize blue light interference with melatonin production. The blue light from your TV, from your computer screens, interferes with your body's ability to maintain and produce melatonin. It interferes with the function of your pineal gland. Your circadian rhythm is thrown off. Don't do that to yourself. Not every day. Don't do that to yourself. As we continue, number 4, relaxation techniques. Engage in relaxation practices, such as meditation or deep breathing, can help reduce stress and promote better sleep. Now, for me, I have an exercise routine I do before going to bed. It's very relaxing. It really is. All of the exercises are not stressful. They're not tense. They're not aerobic exercises. They are essentially stretching, balance, and flexing. So that's my routine. I have 5 things that I do. One, lay on your back, put your feet up against a wall, your feet or your legs up against a wall, flat up the wall. Not that it'd be completely flat, but it allows for the blood to come down, flow through down from my feet to my other parts of my body. But I also do the deep breathing exercise at that time. 5 in, hold it for 5, exhale for 10. And not only do I do that 10 times, but at the exhalation period, I hold my breath at the bottom of that. First for 1 second, the next breath on 2 seconds, next breath on 3 seconds, next breath 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, until I'm exhaling for 10 seconds. And then at the bottom, with no air at all in my lungs, I'm holding there for 10 seconds. Now that has a tendency to make your diaphragm want to start to flick a little bit. Good. Because that's in a zone where your body thinks it is starving, very similarly to doing a 3-day water fast. And that's where the autophagy and all of that kicks in. It's a pretty powerful technique. I'll talk about that in much more detail another time. But that's 5. Then next I do the next one I do is the cat-cow exercise. You may know that from your yoga. The next one I do is stretching and not only touching my toes, but now that I've been doing it for about a month, I can actually, while barely lifting my feet up off the bed, I can put my head now down between my legs, which means my back is almost completely flat and parallel to the legs. That is an awesome accomplishment that I'm stretched out now quite a bit. And I love it. So, and then the next one I do is turn to one side, flex my lower back, keeping my shoulders straight, flex my lower back, and then 90 seconds on each side for stretching those limbs around the pelvic region. And the last exercise I do, let's see, that was 1, 2, then I do my ankle twist. I do my ankle twist, one side 20, one side 10, another side 10, and then I go to knee twists. I flex my knees around in a circle, and I do that for another 90 seconds, and I'm cool. Those are all relaxation, and now my sleep has definitely improved as a consequence of such a routine. These are the 5 exercises Japanese people do every day that allows them to have the longest life expectancy of any people on the planet, as well as a healthy lifespan. Japanese people, many people traditionally they eat on the floor, so therefore they get up and down, up off the floor many times a day. That is said to be one of the indicators of how long you can expect to live. How easy is it for you to get up and down off the floor? So me, I do that as well. We got up to number 5, physical activity. Regular exercise can improve sleep quality, but it's best to avoid vigorous activity close to bedtime. Now, I believe that to be true, yet although I used to, maybe 5-6 years ago, suffer pretty significantly from insomnia, and after laying there for an hour at night, not being able to go to sleep, I found at the time that I would get up out of bed, do 100 push-ups, and at that time, for me, 100 push-ups was a lot. I would get out of bed, quickly do 100 push-ups, and then go back to bed, and it was the breathing down coming out of that allowed me to slip into that zone where REM sleep would overtake me. I don't do that anymore, although on days when I didn't get my push-ups in early enough, I will do a set of push-ups, maybe 200 or even more. I will do that late at night after 10 or so p.m., but I try not to do that very often because the push-ups I find really do kind of hype my body up But going forward, number five. No, that was number five, physical activity. Number six is a healthy diet. A balanced diet, not balanced, a healthy diet, it said. A holistic, healthy diet can impact sleep. Avoid heavy meals and caffeine closer to bedtime can help. Avoiding heavy meals and caffeine close to bedtime can definitely help. Yes, yes, yes. In fact, I do not eat from 6 p.m. most days. That's my strategy. I have a intermittent fasting schedule that I do. And I see you in the house. Basu Nefert Ra Seshat Ujab Abakidi and LIB University. Yeah, you caught us in teaching mode today. I do an intermittent fasting schedule, 18-12, which I'm 18 hours I'm not eating, and not 18-12, 18-6. 18 hours I am not eating, and 6 hours I eat. So I begin my eating period between 12 noon and 6 p.m. Limit all the food intake I possibly can to between those hours. Some days I'll start a little later and I'll end a little later, but most days it is very strict on that 18-6 eating schedule. Some people do 16-8 and others do 12-12. Whatever you do, just be very deliberate about it. And I do encourage people to stop eating, if you can, at least 4 hours before you do go to bed. Next, hydration, number 7. Staying hydrated is important, but excessive fluid intake before bed can lead to nighttime awakenings, nocturia. That's called nocturia, which is nighttime. Noct is a prefix or suffix for night, and urea is, of course, pee, nocturia. So yeah, you do not want to have your sleep disrupted by nocturia any more than you possibly can. I did a program recently on that topic, and I do encourage all of you to access that program. Number 7, limiting your naps. Short naps can be beneficial, no doubt about that. But long or irregular napping during the day can disrupt your nighttime sleep. Again, number 2, we said consistent sleep time. So I do take a short nap. It's not necessarily a nap, just a period. I'll go maybe 15 minutes into deep meditation while listening to African rhythm tapes, those long, slow tapes. I will do that in the middle of the day to kind of give myself that meditation moment, as well as prepare myself for my midday exercise, which usually about that time I'm doing my push-ups. So limit your naps. And also, I would recommend, if you have a hard time going to sleep, go to YouTube and find those African relaxation videos. They're very, very good. And there's a whole bunch of them. Now, for me, it's African relaxation, but there are yoga, meditation, soundtracks, etc. And binaural beats are very good as well, because they will put you in a deep beta or deep delta sleeping pattern. And that is a very, very good one. What I will do is, because I really can't sleep with the music playing, so I will put it on my TV, and then I'll set the timer of the TV go off after 30 minutes. And if I do it right, I can't even hear the TV go off. That's a good thing. Number 9, managing stress. Excessive stress management, effective, not excessive, effective stress management techniques can reduce anxiety and improve sleep quality. Those binaural beats, it's another excellent method for stress management. I'm sure you have your techniques. Maybe you'll share that with us. How do you get rid of the stress? Especially for me, It's mental stress, worrying about what I'm going to do today. I even worry before going to bed about what today's program is going to be about. I worry about it, but then it's very easy once I am fully awake and alert and tuned in. It's very easy for me to find a topic to talk about. So excessive worrying, definitely a problem. Number 10, avoiding alcohol and nicotine. Alcohol and nicotine, both substances, can disrupt sleep patterns and reduce sleep quality. And for me, I take that advice whole and complete. I avoid all alcohol and avoid all nicotine. If you're concerned about raising your risk of cancer, definitely avoid alcohol and nicotine. Period. It's not that complicated. It could be hard to break that old habit if you have that old habit. But once broken, you'll understand why you decided you didn't need those things to be wholly and completely you. So going forward, let me double check many messages coming through. We do have 4. Africa 1 is in the house. I sleep no more than 5 hours, less when fasting. At 68 years young, no illnesses. I am rarely tired. I eat living superfoods. Am I at risk of less longevity and disease? I would say 5 hours is not yet enough. You may want to add an extra hour, or at least a half an hour, during the daytime. And when you add that extra time during the daytime, you're going to get a daytime reset. If you have the time, just like listening to a relaxation tape or something like that could be very good for you. So I would say, I know that you are doing very good and you want to keep doing what you're doing. You want to study this idea of sleep hygiene and the optimal sleep. For most people, I have always heard and believe it to be true that sleeping between 7 and 9 hours is optimal. 9 hours is out of the question for you. It's out of the question for me too, unless I am dealing with an acute inflammatory condition, and then I will attempt to sleep 9 hours. But 7 hours, if I attempt to sleep 7 hours, then I generally will get 6 good restful hours in, including that nighttime journey to go pee. Because I do drink enough fluids that I have to go at least every 4 hours. At 5 hours, I'm like, that's all I can think about. So I would recommend add 1 more hour if you possibly can, maybe a half an hour more at night and another half an hour during the daytime. That will bring you up to 6 quality hours of sleep. And I do agree with you that eating living superfood lowers our need for sleep, and it actually adds that extra hour per day to, or extra couple hours a day to our daily alert routine. And when we add that up over a week, that's 7 times 2 hours, that's 14 extra hours a week. If we add that up over a month times 4.37, we are gaining over 1 day per month to our alert lifespan. I calculated this out in the book, Living Superfood, what was it? This is the blue colored book. Living Super in Paradise. That was the name of the book. I calculated this out, so over our now extended lifespan from eating the living superfood, we're living an extra 30 years. We actually have created a lifespan 18 days per year over the course of 30 extra years. We have increased our alert lifespan by 42.3%. So that's a pretty doggone good increase in lifespan, a healthy lifespan, and alert hours. Very good. Good. Next, we are up to number 11, sleep position. Finding a comfortable sleep position can help prevent discomfort and improve sleep quality. And for me, that has been a lifelong pursuit. Sometimes I sleep on my back. I cannot sleep. No, I cannot sleep on my back. Sometimes I'll sleep on my left side and then go sleep on my right side. I used to turn my shoulders down towards the mattress or down or whatever, but I now find that I go to sleep on my right side with a pillow between my knees. And then once I get up, I'll then turn to my left side and have to go to sleep that way with a pillow between my knees. So even things for me like my hands, I'm just very sensitive. I think you are probably very sensitive too. So finding the right position is very good. Number 12, exposure to natural light. Earlier in the video, she talked about how exposure to sunlight, get enough natural sunlight during the day, can help regulate our sleep-wake cycles. It's very good for regulating the circadian rhythm. And that circadian rhythm is more than just day and night. The circadian rhythm actually extends to the entire year. So therefore, we're going to sleep a little different in the winter months than we would sleep. That makes good sense. Number 13, wind down routine. Establish a calming pre-sleep routine that can signal to the body that it's time to relax. You may want to grab a book. You may want to fix a cup of chamomile tea. Be careful of the liquid. Or for me, I will drink a cup of hot cocoa before going to bed. It's a good antioxidant, good for iron and other critical minerals in the body. I like my hot cocoa. I'll make it with minimal of sugar, and sometimes I'll have it without any sugar. I'll put some coconut oil in it. I'll put a little bit of sea salt in it, some cinnamon in it, a little cayenne pepper I'll put in my hot cocoa. And I like my hot cocoa. Of course, it is that time of the year when you're going to be drinking hot drinks, and that helps me to relax. And I know that the cocoa, it's 82% cocoa chocolate, is going to help my body do what it needs to do with the inflammation, anti-inflammation protocol, etc. Number 14, sleep-friendly bedroom. We mentioned this earlier. Keep the bedroom cool, dark, and quiet, and create an optimal sleep environment. Very good. Just do what it says and enjoy. And number 15, seeking professional consultation. If sleep issues persist, consulting a healthcare professional can help identify underlying problems and provide treatment options. And I cannot overemphasize that point. I have one friend who he and I have been talking about sleep issues for a year or two, and he just can't seem to get it right. Now, he's younger than I am, which means he should be able to find that space a little bit easier. So I've been consulting him. I'm hoping, Ken, you're listening to me right now, live and direct. I did send him the promo for today. So that's it. I do see from Sandra, she says, about to do my 2-mile walk. Later. Hey, later. And congratulations. That's good. Very, very good. Great to have you with us. And every time you are with us, it's a wonderful experience for me to know that we have loyal listeners. Yourself, Basu Nefert, Raz Ashat, and for Africa One. I am because we are. And that is very, very important. 1 second here. Let me get my lips hydrated. Water. I love it. We are talking about sleep today. Next, here are quotations from experts regarding the absolute importance of quality sleep for overall well-being, along with the source of the quotation. The first up, Matthew Walker. He is speaking from Why We Sleep, Unlocking the Power of Sleep and Dreams. He says, sleep is the single most effective thing we can do to reset our brain and body health each day. It's the single most effective thing we can do, sleep. So if you deprioritize sleep, then you are showing that you are not prioritizing your overall brain and body health. Point 2. This quote is from Ariana Huffington. The source of the article of this quote is The Sleep Revolution, Transforming Your Life One Night at a Time. She says, quote, sleep is a performance enhancer. It's not just about getting enough sleep. It's about getting quality sleep. Ariana Huffington. Dr. Charles Czeisler, quote, sleep is not an optional lifestyle choice. It's a critical component of our health. The source of that quote from the Harvard Medical School, Dr. Charles Czeisler, Czeisler. Next, quote from Matthew Walker again, the shorter your sleep, the shorter your life. Source is Why We Sleep, Unlocking the Power of Sleep and Dreams. The shorter your sleep, the shorter your life. Dr. Sarah Mednick. Napping is a great way to boost your memory and creativity. She's talking in the book, Take a Nap, Change Your Life. Next, Dr. Michael Breus, source from The Power of When, quote, sleep is the foundation of your health. It's the most important thing you can do for your body, unquote. Dr. Andrew Huberman, quote, the quality of sleep directly affects your mood, energy, and cognitive performance, unquote. From the Huberman Lab podcast. Next, number 8, Dr. David Dingus, quote, chronic sleep deprivation can lead to serious health issues, including obesity, diabetes, and cardiovascular disease, quote, unquote. Source from the University of Pennsylvania Sleep and Chronobiology Laboratory. One more quote from Dr. Matthew Walker, PhD, quote, sleep is the greatest legal performance enhancer that most people are probably neglecting. Wow. Source, Why We Sleep, Unlocking the Power of Sleep and Dreams. And next, final quote from Dr. Rebecca Robillard, quote, good sleep hygiene is essential for mental health and emotional well-being. Source from the Canadian Psychological Association. So these quotes emphasize a critical role that quality sleep plays in maintaining overall health and well-being. Very, very important. So lastly, we're starting to focus down on the list of herbs, nutritional herbs and supplements that are commonly associated with improving sleep quality. And I think I have all of these, except for maybe the last one. I maybe need to get it. Number 1 on the list, melatonin. Melatonin is a hormone that regulates the sleep-wake cycle. Melatonin supplements can help those with sleep disturbances or jet lag. Melatonin. Number 2 on the list, valerian root. This herbal supplement is often used to promote relaxation and improve sleep quality, particularly in those with insomnia. Valerian root helps calm your nerve activity. Number 3 on the list, magnesium. An essential mineral is often used to promote relaxation and improve sleep quality, particularly in those with insomnia. No, I missed that. An essential mineral that plays a role in muscle relaxation and may improve sleep quality and duration. I don't know how I started reading that and then I jumped to the other sentence. Here we go. L-theanine, an amino acid found in tea leaves. L-theanine is known for its calming effects and may help reduce anxiety and promote sleep. L-theanine. Next, chamomile. Often consumed as a tea, chamomile has mild sedative properties and is commonly used to aid sleep and relaxation. Chamomile has mild sedative properties, commonly used to promote sleep and relaxation. Next, lavender. Known for its soothing aroma, lavender can be used in essential oil form or as a tea to promote relaxation and improve sleep quality. I used to take lavender leaves that would be fresh out of my garden and just put the lavender leaves on my pillow or under my pillow or around my head when going to sleep. And that wonderful aroma of lavender, would take me out. Next, glycine, an amino acid that may help lower your body temperature and promote sleep onset. Glycine supplements can improve sleep quality. And glycine, that amino acid, I just recently added that one to my list of anti-aging supplements. Very important. And last one on the list, passion flower. This herb, often used for its calming effects, and may help reduce anxiety and improve sleep quality. Now, when we talk about anxiety, that is one of the issues that interrupts my sleep on a regular basis. So I'm going to go ahead and find some passion flower tea and start using that as well. Next, and the last article I have up today is entitled 6 Foods That Help You Sleep. Now, there are a lot more than 6, a whole bunch of them. Number 1, complex carbohydrates. Embrace whole grain bread, cereals, pasta, crackers, and brown rice. Avoid simple carbohydrates, refined bread, pasta, and sweets, such as cookies, cakes, pastries, and other sugary foods. These tend to reduce serotonin levels and do not promote sleep. So get that sugar out and get that refined white flour out of your life. Number 2, lean proteins. They say lean proteins. I say clean proteins. Now, I'm going to share you what they say. I'm not endorsing these first 3 foods. Lean proteins include low-fat cheese, chicken, turkey, and fish. Chicken and turkey, I regard them to be the same thing. Both of them are fowl. These foods are high in the amino acid tryptophan, which is in other substances such as pumpkin, which tend to increase serotonin levels. Tryptophan can also be found in egg whites, soybeans, and pumpkin seeds. On the flip side, avoid high-fat cheeses, chicken wings, or deep-fried fish. These take longer to digest and can keep you awake. So that whole thing, I will change it to clean proteins, which includes lentils, pinto beans, black beans, garbanzo beans, mung beans, a whole bunch of clean proteins, including all organic soy-based products. You want to make sure the soy-based products are all certified organic and sprouted. If you're going to be eating tofu, go to Trader Joe's, get the sprouted organic tofu. It's definitely worth your investment. Number 3, heart-healthy fats. Unsaturated fats will not only boost your heart health, but will also improve your serotonin levels. Examples include peanut butter. Read the label to make sure the peanuts are the only ingredient. You don't want peanut butter with a bunch of salt and or sugar. Mm-mm. And nuts such as walnuts, almonds, cashews, and pistachios. Avoid foods with saturated and trans fats like French fries, potato chips, or other high-fat snack foods. These bring your serotonin levels down. Bring your levels of the feel-good hormone down. Number 4, foods high in magnesium. Like tryptophan, the nutrient magnesium is also associated with better quality of sleep. When selecting your dinner vegetable, try adding a leafy green like spinach, which is high in magnesium. Nuts, seeds, avocados, and black beans are also magnesium-rich foods. Number 5, beverages. Certain drinks can promote or prevent sleep. A good soothing beverage to drink before bedtime would be warm milk. Your mother was right. Yeah, your mother was right. Drink the milk from her, not from a calf. Hello. Or herbal tea, such as chamomile or peppermint. As for caffeinated beverages, Kirkpatrick recommends that if you have difficulty sleeping, try consuming your last cup by 2 p.m. Caffeine can affect people differently, and even the smallest amount of stimulant can keep you awake. Number 6, fresh herbs. Fresh herbs can have a calming effect on your body. For example, sage and basil contain chemicals that reduce tension and promote sleep. Try making a homemade pasta sauce with sage and basil. It's easy to do, and homemade sauces tend to be lower in sugar than store-bought versions. However, avoid herbs such as red pepper or black pepper at night, as they have a stimulatory effect. And I do use cayenne pepper in my cocoa at night, so that, I guess they would consider that to be red pepper, but for me, cayenne pepper is absolute must. Number 7, sleep-inducing snacks. Try some of these snacks to reduce your tossing and turning when you hit the pillow. Try a banana with low-fat yogurt. I would say low-fat, non-dairy yogurt. And the next one, it says eat low-fat cottage cheese with a few 100% whole grain pita chips. I would say if you're going to eat with the pita chips, eat them with hummus. Come on. Number 3, smear peanut butter on 100% whole grain crackers. That is one of my go-tos for nighttime. Number 5, enjoy an apple with mozzarella string cheese. No way, no way. I'm not doing the mozzarella. I ain't doing it. I like the apple. I'm just going to avoid the string cheese. Number 5, tart cherry juice seems to promote sleep. And tart cherry juice has got a lot of great things in it, including the tryptophan. As always, snack in moderation and be sure to consult your natural healthcare dietary consultant for any ongoing sleep issues that don't resolve within a few days. And lastly, I'm just going to promote one of the articles I used for today, Good Sleep for Good Health, from News and Health, National Institutes of Health. And I'm going to put that up for my YouTube family. I'm going to put that up for my Rumble family, that article, and I'm going to put it up on Facebook, which I think I may already have it up there, but I may not already have it up there. And so let me just paste it up a second time. Oh, I did have it up there. Yeah, because I remember it went to another website, which was unrelated to today's conversation. So on that note, you have gotten the story from me today. The focus was on connecting sleep to every measure of our health and longevity. So that's a very, very important topic. I thank you all for tuning in today. I hope you did learn. To tuning into the LIB University, as my sister did say, I hope you found it to be interesting. I hope you do, like I say, learn every day on LAB Radio. And if you are interested, you can get my book, 100 Plus Lifespan. You can get it at http, not http// keidi.biz keidi.biz/CRP 2012. I highly encourage you, get that book, 100 Plus Lifespan. It's a good book, and it contains so much of what we talked about today. And as a consequence, then you and I will have access to the better sleep that we say is what we do need to connect with longevity, cardiovascular health, mental health, cognitive functioning, for every aspect of our holistic health. It's all about getting good, high quality sleep. So on that note, you've been tuned in to your favorite. We aim to be your favorite. We are LIB Radio, LIB TV. We are livinginblack.com. And I got a couple more minutes here. And I'm just going to put up the link to that book, 100 Plus Front and Back Mock-up. That's going to be on my Facebook page as well. And I did put up a little bit more information on there on the Facebook page, a couple of the lists that I don't put the lists on the YouTube or the Rumble because they just don't fit in very well there. And but I do encourage you, get to sleep. So Ken is in the house. I think he's going to mention today's program. He says Keto, bananas, organic dark berries, and all natural peanut butter or almond butter help me with sleep by raising my serotonin in my blood to help produce melatonin naturally via my pineal gland. And that is absolutely right. Absolutely right. Good job, man. And let me just reply. Good job /man. So that's why we do what we do. We study, we learn, we grow. We grow, we learn more, and we study more. It's a feedback loop that makes you and I stronger each time it goes around. Connecting our sleep to every measure of health is a beautiful thing. And I need some of you to tell me what you thought about the promotion for today. I thought it was a good job. I'm mastering this AI artwork to the very best of our abilities. We're going to keep on growing, keep on increasing our understanding of how the world works and what is our place in this world. You've been tuned in to your favorite. We aim to be your favorite. We are LIB Radio, LIBD. We are living in black.com. Peace and prosperity to each and every one of you. On your favorite, we aim to be your favorite. We are LIB Radio, LIB TV, living in black.com. Peace, y'all.